Okay? And since Brother Hafiz have informed me that I need to, yeah, it's not subject, I need to share a bit. We are good. Honor us just because we are a Muslim. Yes, of course, with Islam there is an honor in it. But when Allah say we are the best, there must Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For me personally, I would say that this verse itself in another person's side. But this one, this kind of praise, this kind of honor is coming from the Almighty God Himself, in which we believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do not make mistake. Obviously, Allah is giving us the right honor to us. But the challenge now is that, as we know, looking around the world, the question should be, are we as a Muslim look like the best? Are we being perceived as the best of people? But this is a word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that praises, that say we are the best. But the reality is, when we look around the world, the Muslim has been perceived as not being the best. Whenever people talk about Muslim, they try to stay away from it. When you talk about Islam, it seems like most of the people are not interested to listen to it. Why? But 1,400 years ago, we're not talking about the time of the Prophet ﷺ, but we're talking about after the death of the Prophet ﷺ, that we as a Muslim, we used to conquer 2/3 of the world. And even the Rome Emperor, he would like to have an offspring from the Muslim. They are so proud because they know that the Muslim have honor, have izzah. They are brave. That's why they would like to have an offspring from the Muslim. But then today, why is a vast contrast in which when you talk about Muslim, people try to stay away. When you talk about Islam, mostly don't want to listen to us. I get this kind of confusion, I get this kind of questions before. That, when Allah says we are the best, but why we don't see the best around us nowadays? We don't deny there are certain Muslims who are the best. But when Allah says we are the best, Allah make it collectively that all the Muslims, they are the best. Alhamdulillah, when I read this book, a tafsir by Imam Ash-Shawkani rahimahullah, Fathul Qadir, he interpret this ayah in which he say, yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have honored us as a Muslim, honored us by saying that we are the best of nation. But he say, as long, there is a condition, as long as the Muslim fulfill the conditions that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have set, which is ta'muruna bil ma'ruf wa tanhauna 'anil munkar wa tu'minuna billah. Is that we are talking about a CEO. He is a CEO. With the title of CEO, we know automatically it comes along with responsibility. And CEO, his honor is higher compared to a general manager, because the CEO responsibility is higher compared to the general manager. But do you think this CEO is fit to be called as CEO when he no longer fulfill and perform in his capacity? When he fail in his duty, he no longer qualified to be called as a CEO, and he will be fired. The same thing with us. Why 1,400 years ago? I would like to believe this way, that the Prophet ﷺ have give us the Quran and the Sunnah, and this is the same Quran and Sunnah that is being read and being practiced and being followed by the companion 1,400 years ago, and there is a result. In which, for example, if I were to give a good vitamin, I say this vitamin is good for everyone. I give to everyone, half of you have the benefit of it, getting more healthier and healthier. But half of it, eat the same vitamin, but you are not getting healthier, you are not getting stronger, but you're getting weaker. So the problem will be, is it the vitamins or is it us? The Quran and Sunnah is the same 1,400 years ago and now. But why we have different result? It's in this ayah actually, in which Imam Shawkani say, we are the best as long as we fulfill our role to enjoin what is right and to forbid what is wrong. But then he say, we as a Muslim, we will cease to become the best of Muslim, the best of nation, the moment we stop fulfilling the condition of doing da'wah. Ta'muruna bil ma'ruf wa tanhauna 'anil munkar. We know around us how many of our Muslim friends who take da'wah as their personal obligation, as their personal duty. We hear more excuse compared to reason. When we ask them, come, let's go do da'wah. No, let the imam do it. Let the ustad do it. Let the sheikh do it. Let the scholars do it. I'm busy, right? Yes. Majority of the Muslims, they are not doing da'wah. They have treated this world as a Yaumul Qiyamah, as a mashar, in which we have started to talk about nafsi. I don't want to talk about da'wah. No, I just want to take care about myself. But they have the wrong conception. They have the misconception. By doing da'wah, basically, we are protecting ourselves. The nafsi. Why I say so? Because obviously, those of us who have involved in da'wah, may Allah accept it from us, inshallah, ameen. Those of us who are involved in da'wah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not ask us in the day of judgment that why they don't do it. The same person who do not do da'wah, they will not be asked by Allah why we are doing it. Because each of us will be asked by Allah what we're supposed to do but we do not do, and what we're supposed not to do but we do. And we have to prepare the answer. So basically, by doing da'wah itself, it's a personal obligation. We are answering to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are protecting ourselves from the hellfire. Allah says in Surah At-Tarim chapter 66 verse number 6, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu ku anfusakum wa alikum nara. O you who believe, save yourself and your family from the hellfire. Which means yourself and your family. And this is the reason for us, and this can be the verses to motivate us to go stronger and stronger, to do da'wah, istiqamah in it. Let me give you a stories in the Quran. We know the incidents of the Sabbath day, most of us, in which the Jews, they are not allowed to go fishing on Saturday. We know the stories. Knowing the stories and understanding the story and comprehend the stories is two different things. When we say, oh, this story, yes, I heard about it before. But then when we look into this story, yes, we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have forbid the Jews to go to the sea. But then there is one group who go to the sea, who went to the sea on Friday. They put their fishing net on Friday. And they came. When they came back, a second group saw that. And the second group, what they do? They go and advise them. Why are you doing this? Doesn't Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have already told us, forbid us to go to the sea and fish on Saturday? Why you want to do this? And then this first group, they are very smart, in which we can relate to our conditions today, with our scenario today. This first group, what they say? They say, bro, what is the day today? Is it Friday or Saturday? It's Friday. Do you know how to look at the calendars? Right? It's only Friday. Tomorrow is Saturday. Saturday, we are not going to the sea. Saturday, we are just at home. We are not going out to the sea. We know. Now, is this the correct answer? What do you think? No. This is technically right, but ethically wrong. Technically, they are right. It's Friday. And on Saturday, they are not going to the sea. This is technically right. It's like, why I say technically right, ethically wrong, it's like I'm saying, we saw our friends went into a non-halal shop and eat bacon. When he eat bacon, we go and advise him and say, bro, you are not supposed to eat bacon, bro. It's haram. And this friend of mine, of ours, say to us and reply, bro, do you know how to read? Bacon, B-A-C-O-N. What did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forbid us to eat in the Quran? Is it bacon or khinzir? Khinzir. So do you know how to spell? So bacon is halal. Khinzir is haram. Is the answer right? Technically he is correct. Technically he is correct. But ethically, he's wrong. So this is the same answer from the first group. So the second group, done. So the third group, observe everything. We ever have this kind of people. Neither they do this, they do not do the munkar, neither they do the ma'ruf, the amar ma'ruf. They are the observer. We have a lot of people. Okay? A lot of people like that. Observe. So after they have observed the entire situation, who do you think that this third group will go and approach? The first group or the second group? According to the Quran, it's stated there. They're going to approach the second group, which are doing da'wah. They go to the second group and say, why you want to become so busybody? None of your business, bro. They are the one who transgress. They will be punished by Allah. Why you want to be so busybodies, right? Is it the same today that those of us who are involved in da'wah, we have received this kind of negative comment by saying, bro, who do you think you are? Have you memorized the Quran? Why you want to be so busybody? You know? Mind your own business, bro. You think you're so good? You think you're confirmed Jannah and you want to go? Let them be. They will be burnt in hellfire. They are kuffar. Why you want to care about them? Mind your own business, bro. You are not good. Eh? Mind your own business. Don't even try to talk to me. Sound familiar, right? Yeah, the third group. So they talk to the second group and say, why you want to busybody? Mind your own business. They will be punished by Allah. But this second group, they give an answer. And this answer, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala record in the Quran. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala records something in the Quran, it must be very important. It's not only important, it must be very important. Like for example, we know for the fact that we do not even know the name of all the siblings of Prophet Yusuf siblings. We don't even know their name, unless for maybe Benjamin. But other than that, we do not know. Why we do not know? Because Allah don't tell us. Why don't Allah tell us? Because it's not important. But other than it's not important, but there's another reason for it. Because Allah wants to teach us a lesson that in the end of the story, Joseph have forgive all of them. Which means somebody, when they commit a mistake, when they have repent, don't even mention their name. But what we are doing today is contrast. After they have repent, we keep on mentioning, you know this guy, before he repent, you know what he did? You see, we are quite contradict to the Quran and Sunnah. We don't even know the race of Adam. What was his race? We don't even know. Why? Again, it's not important. Secondly, basically, race is not important in the sight of Allah. Allah said the best of you are those who have taqwa. So Allah is teaching us by telling us something and also by not telling us something. So this reply from the second group in Surah Al-Araf chapter number 7 verse 164, they say, we are advising them to give a proper answer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and not to feel guilty. This was their answer. At the end of the story, what happened is that two group of people are turned into pig and monkey. We don't want to go into the tafsir of, they are literally become a pig or monkey. No. They are being humiliated by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The first group, obviously they are being punished. But another group is the third group. Why the third group is being punished as well? They are not the one who went to the sea. It's like us today. We say, they are the one who commit the crime. They are the one who commit the munkar, the maksiat. Why should we be bothered? Yes, we saw an evil, as there is a famous saying say, that those who saw an evil, but they do not go and prevent it, is as evil as the one who do it. So we are as guilty as the one who do it. We know it's wrong. Why we know it's wrong? Because Allah told us it's wrong. And Allah not only told us that it is wrong, but Allah also told us when you see a munkar, go and tell them, cool. That's why in the Quran there's so many verses started with Kul ya ayyuhal kafirun, kul huwallahu ahad, kul ya ahlul kitab. Kul, Allah is commanding us. Allah is not suggesting to us basically. And there is no less than 332 times. And the Prophet even gives us an indication. When you see a munkar, when you see an evil, what do? Go and remove it with your hand. If you can't, with your tongue. If you can't, then with your heart. And that is the weakest of iman. And of course, inshallah, we are not the weakest of iman. It should be at least by our hand or at least by our tongue. And this is da'wah. And that can be a reason and a motivation for us to do da'wah, is to save ourselves. Don't think that by doing da'wah is to save others. No. Because just think about it. Day of judgment, when our colleague, our neighbors, our business partner, our customer, they die as a non-believer, They've been our customer, they've been our colleague for years and years and years, and they have not received any message of Islam from us. How if they were to come in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and complain and say, this is my friend, a good Muslim, practicing Muslim, but never tell me anything about Islam? What are we going to answer in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Today we can find excuse, but in the Yawmul Qiyamah, there's no way. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have recorded everything. So, inshallah, and I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give all of us, to grant us strength to do da'wah according to our ability. Not everyone can be a speaker. Not everyone should be a speaker. We need somebody who are behind the scene. We need somebody who are designing a pamphlet. We need somebody who are doing recording. We need people. We need to work in a team. Follow the principle of the Quran and Sunnah. Surah Al-Imran chapter 3 verse 103. وَاتَّصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ وَجَمِعُوا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. Hold tight to the rope of Allah and do not be divided. Work as a team. And as team is T-E-A-M, they say, together everyone achieve more. And what do we say more? We want to go to Jannah, inshallah. So jazakumullah khairan wa akhiru da'wana assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Khair, Brother Firdaus.
Yeah.
I think now we'll
Sorry?
open.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody from?
We just have a sharing. We don't have a formal Q&A session.
Yeah.
If you can address to anyone, so Hafiz can answer, right? It should be in such a way, right? We should do it more casual.
You didn't see that coming.
Brother Giovanni can answer. Adu, you are hiding there. Brother David, right? Everybody, inshallah. Alhamdulillah.
Just to get him out.
I have some experience in. I was there in Hay Street. I shared with some of the brothers just now, and the missionary, they are doing a street missionary. Okay, they just park their bicycle there, and then they have their guitar, and then they put some placard with Jesus is the way, and then they say Jesus is the reason we have this celebration. Obviously, it's talking about Christmas. So this guy is playing guitar, he's singing, and so on and so forth. And there are some other people who are giving out like a call card, and that call card is talking about, you know, we are sinners, blah 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 blah. And the interesting thing is that not only the missionary here are doing their job, the atheists also doing their job. Right opposite of the missionary, this is the atheist who holding a placard, atheist, and then he has also have his own bicycle. On his bicycle, there is another placard that say all religions are man-made, and he keep on approaching the Christian. When a Christian is approaching some other people, he will go and approach the person that the Christian approached by saying, there is no God, don't trust them, they are liar. So they are fighting there. But one thing interesting is that, having said so, there is no Muslim there who are doing the same thing.
So you saw that on the strip recently?
Yeah.
Yesterday I saw that as well, in front of Maya there.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
We were exactly at that same spot when we had the Murray Street Dawah table, and one guy came to us and he said, "Oh, it's good to see you guys here. A bit of variety because the Jehovah's Witness are here every weekend." And there were others who were singing what you were doing. I think they were the same people.
No, I'm doing. They are doing.
Like, they were singing, you know? And yeah, so he said it's good to get a bit of a variety. We've got this Jehovah's Witness every weekend. We've got these guys who are singing. It's good to see you guys here. I don't want to take anything, but I just wanted to say that. And then he walks away.
This guy like varieties, huh? Like a lot of choice of word or of food and so on and so forth. Yeah? Alhamdulillah. But that's what I say, that we know that what they are doing, and I think alhamdulillah in Australia you're allowed to do so, which is there's a lot of freedom to do so. But unfortunately, when there's a freedom to do so, we don't take the opportunity to do it. And this is the ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the blessing. Because any blessing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to us, we will be asked by Allah. And this can be one of the blessings that Allah gave to us in this land. Although it's not an Islamic country, but it's a blessing that Allah might ask you as a Muslim, you are here, and the law allowed you to do it. Why you are not doing it? You are not being persecuted. Even the Muslims are being persecuted in Mecca, but Yet they're doing it. So what is your excuse? Basically, we have less and less excuse when you look at it. Yeah. So how was the Dak'wah situations here?
Mana tahu?
I'm old now, you're halfway Ali.
Say a few words.
Hear it. While you think of something, just want to add something.
Yeah, sure.
Which is not directly related to what we're doing. It is, in a way. When I was coming here today, the suburbs and the way it reminded me of 2001 when Dr. Zakir Naik was here. He was on his first Australian team tour along with the team, like you have your team. And he first arrived in Perth and he was staying in one of the suburbs around Huntingdale. I think Sheikh Faisal Ghafoor's parents, we chose that house for him to stay. So one of the day he had to give a lecture somewhere, so I came to pick him and his wife up from Huntingdale, which is somewhere close by, right?
Nice guy.
Yeah, subhanallah, just one of the roads here, intersection of Walton and Spencer, is it? Or Caulfield?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. When I took a turn there, Dr. Zakir is sitting next to me, and we were getting a bit late. We had to go to the Dak'wah center. The brothers from there, they are ringing, phone after phone. What's happening? It's getting late, and Dr. Zakir, maybe you know, he doesn't eat much. He has a habit of eating some snack, which keeps him. He had that pack in his hand, and while he's eating, he gave some to me as well. I'm driving. The brothers are ringing. The phone is here ringing. In that process, I hit a car, but alhamdulillah, it was a very minor thing. Subhanallah, imagine, like,
You're late.
I could have put Dr. Zakir in. Subhanallah, just wanted to say that. Maybe after the Hafiz Brother Ali, yeah, you can go.
He liked to eat tosai. He liked to eat tandoori chicken.
All right.
Yeah.
Everyone likes it.
No, especially him. Especially him. He liked Chinese food.
Yeah.
But he liked Chinese food the Indian style, not the authentic Chinese food. Yeah, because he liked the Chinese food with masala.
Yeah.
And there's a problem. The Chinese food don't have masala actually.
And some snack like it. Like we have chisels or something like a smaller version.
He take everything actually.
Yeah, it used
Nowadays he take everything.
okay.
Yeah, he take everything. Arabic food, but only he would like to have all some Indian continent food. Yeah, I
You
think.
had a lot of interaction with him?
We keep in touch. He just sent me a message just now also, but we don't meet up very often.
Yeah.
At least we are just keeping in touch. We are updating one another what we are doing and so on and so forth. When I was in Sri Lanka, I was in Qatar and Bahrain also. He's aware about it. Yeah, and I believe, inshallah, he's aware about that I'm here in Perth. Yeah, I forgot to inform him that I'm here in Perth. He's busy with something else. Alhamdulillah.
So, I think you started to say something and then
We were just saying about the Dak'wah in Perth. With Islam Australia, we do have regular stalls, like Brother Ali was mentioning as well, especially in the city, which is very busy often. We would like to get more opportunity. Of course, we don't do it as much as we would like to. Inshallah, we'll get there. But yeah, but obviously other groups get preference sometimes as well. They're easy access to all these sites. Yeah, but we do have it regularly around Perth.
What is the main challenge here? Like you having a Dak'wah table. What is the main challenge? Is it more external or more internal?
External,
External challenge.
direct to the people. Yeah.
Yeah. So first of all, you gotta have approval. Without approval, you just can't go there and set up a table. You're getting yourself in trouble. So you basically have to engage the Perth City Council and ask them for approval, and they give you such and such date that you can set up your own table here with this own spec, however way that they ask us to do, and you have the whole day for you there on that certain date. So alhamdulillah, in a year we'll probably get like 10 about 10 a year, around there.
Yeah, it has increased.
Yeah.
It used to be 3 or 4, now we have it.
We have
Oh, you're talking about just the cities?
just the city itself.
City itself, yeah, 8,
Yeah.
9.
So other than the city, there are also, for example, other city councils. They have their own multicultural events, food festivals, annual event, all of that. So we take that opportunity to involve in getting a set up a table like that. So I think Brother Atta will sort of set it up that way, and that seems to be the method of the, I would say, legally and successful so far.
So around at the moment, I think around 25 a year maybe
Yeah.
overall stalls. I think like some in the city, and then so like some annual events, and then like one is a monthly market where we go to. And as I was mentioning to you earlier, I mean, we talk about it, and as you said about opportunities, still a lot can be done here, and I'm sure everyone who has been involved will agree with me. But manpower, we need resources.
There's the point that attracted me just now. That's why I would like to open the floor by asking the questions about, the challenge here. Is it more internal or more external? The reason being I'm asking is that, like, I would expect the answer just now that it's external. But then when I listened to Ataf just now, basically it's internal. Because you can have a lot of Dak'wah table, you can have a lot of Dak'wah program, but I think this is not only the problem here. This is also a problem worldwide, in which you don't get enough support from the volunteers, from a Muslim, from the Muslim who would like to participate. You can have a lot of approval from the city council, from the Perth city council, but then if you don't have volunteers, there's no Dak'wah table. Because Dak'wah is being moved not by the approval, Dak'wah is being moved by the people. And if we don't have the volunteers, the da'i, who willing to do it, you can set up hundreds of tables, but nobody will be there.
I think, even here, most of the people here will find migrants. If they were not born here, maybe their parents were not born here. And all of them, when they migrated, they came with different intentions. Most of them more comfortable life, better education for the kids and things like that. But this issue of going to a non-Muslim land, mainly, maybe I should also focus on doing a bit of da'wah. That doesn't come with many of in the thought process of many people. So it becomes not a priority. So the priority is to live a comfortable life, get the kids in the best schools, save up some money, maybe go for Hajj and things. But da'wah then becomes like, really? Isn't that like what you're saying? Isn't that the sheikh's work? The sheikh should be doing that. So creating that awareness and that informing people of that responsibility. Hey, by the way, as a Muslim, this is your responsibility. Like what you're saying, this is what makes you the best. And if you don't do this, you actually fail, you're no longer the best. Creating that awareness in the people and bringing to them that it's not really a privilege, it's a responsibility. I think then we'll solve that internal where now many people say, okay, now what can I do? I'm an accountant, I'm an IT person. As you were saying, not everyone will talk, but we can help in many different ways.
One of my friends, he visited Palestine, and he have interactions with the local people from Palestine, and they are ta'aruf, they start to know one another, so start to introduce themselves, and then from there, those Malaysian, they introduce, hi, my name is so and so, I'm a doctor. Hi, I'm so and so, I'm a lecturer. I'm so and so, I'm an engineer, I'm a lawyer, blah blah blah. When it comes to the Palestinian, they say, Assalamualaikum, my name is so and so. My full-time job, I'm a da'i. My part-time is an engineer. Next one, my full-time job is a doctor. My full-time job is a da'i. My part-time job is a doctor. My full-time job is a da'i. My part-time job is a lecturer. Every one of them say they are full-time da'i. Now, this is actually what they say is correct. Those who say they are full-time engineer or businessman, they are so correct. There is nothing wrong. But the way how we put the words first, it will change the way how we think, and it will change our mood and our attitude too. Because the moment we think that we are full-time da'i, which means we acknowledge ourselves that we are full-time Muslim. We do not only become Muslim when we pray 5 times a day. But every Muslim, when we understand the fact that every single Muslim, they are a da'i, so automatically, We might work for 8 hours, 9 hours a day. That's it. That is us as an engineer, right? But then as a Muslim, we live our life 24/7 a day, 24 hours. So 24 hours, the way how we walk, even after we have we have finished our job, our work, we go out to the restaurant, and the way how we eat, we are Muslim. We don't eat we don't go and eat pork. No, by us not eating pork, we are Muslim, which means we are da'i. So the mindset itself is that to instill that everyone we are da'i, either we realize it or not. The same thing with the non-Muslim. We say, you are the slave of Allah, either you like it or not. The fact that you don't believe you are the slave of Allah doesn't make the reality otherwise. Just because you don't believe in gravity, that would not deny what gravity can do to you. Just because I don't believe in gravity, I jump from, this bell tower, and you think nothing will happen to you? No, it will still happen to you. So the fact that we don't acknowledge ourselves as a full-time da'i, that doesn't make us, it's not a full-time da'i. We are. But it's just that we do not do it. But by putting ourselves first, I'm a da'i first. Whatever I do, I'm a da'i. Then we will have a perspective of always doing da'wah. And it's more about empowering the Muslim actually. Because each of us, we have a non-Muslim friend. We have a not yet Muslim friend. I cannot go and approach his not yet Muslim friend because they trust him more than me because I'm a stranger to them. So by empowering someone like him, he can approach his circles of friends. And from this Hafiz, he has his own circles of friends that he can empower them. And his circles of friends who are Muslim have another group of not yet Muslim who are their friends, in which Hafiz cannot approach, in which I cannot approach. They can approach that. So it's by empowering the Muslim that this is your job. Do it. You do not need to be like Zakir Naik. And you know, Zakir Naik is not Zakir Naik that we know when he started. He's not. But today he is a Zakir Naik that we know because of the fact that he worked and he started. If he never start, he will not become like who he is today. He will not achieve it. So the same thing is that I will say that it's more about empowering the Muslim to have the mindset. For maybe one simple example. Today is Sunday. All of us here, we have an option not to come here. Yarhamkallah. All of us have an option not to come here. Bro, this is Sunday, bro. It's family time. I can go out with my wife, I can go out with my children. But why we choose to come here? We are not getting paid to be here today, except for the good food just now. But we are here not because of the good food. Because all of us here, I believe, I want to believe so, that all of us here today, because we have a heart of doing da'wah. Who is motivate us? Because the motivations come inside. We realize that is our job. If I don't come, the gathering will still go on. But then I want to be here. I want to do it. Although I know there are some people that Hafiz invited, who might be available, but they choose not to come. It's up to every individual. But we are here today for the fact that we have the motivation to do it. And the same reason that motivates us to come here today can be the same reason that motivates other people to be here today. Which means for us to empower other Muslims, I would say that other than teaching them and telling them, because coaching is about instructing them, but rather than doing that, it's about sharing why I'm doing this and you should do the same. Not because I do it, so therefore you have to do it. No, I'm doing it because Allah command me. And when Allah command me as I'm a Muslim, I'm submitting to Allah, and you are also a Muslim, you should also submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You don't have to listen to me. So, I would say this is something that we should work on actually.
Yeah, so I guess, sorry, so I don't know how do I start then, brother Firdaus? Like, do I start listening to 50 Zakir Naik videos now before I start doing da'wah? Read memorize 10 pages of the Bible so that I can talk to the Christian lady at the store so that I can, try and tell them. What's the sort of level do I need to be at so that I can start da'wah? Or is there such a level?
Put it this way, like very, very interesting. 50 lectures of Zakir Naik. Basically, Zakir Naik don't even have 50 lectures, by the way. Okay, he have conducted more than 50 lectures, but he don't have 50 different lectures. Okay, he don't have that. His lectures is always almost the same. because he's very focused in what he's doing. Okay, number one. Number two is that before I went to his Dak'wah training, international Dak'wah training last year for 6 weeks, I have not even watched his full lecture at once. I not even one. Okay, so when I attended that. Number two. Number three, what we should know. The Prophet have already given us the guideline. Balighu ani walau ayah. Just one ayah. When I started to do that, one of the reasons that I need to do da'wah is that when Sheikh Hussein told me you have to do da'wah, I say I'm a reward, I know nothing. And he just say, when you become Muslim, what do you recite? I say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah. He said, Khalas, done. I said, why? You just have to commit one ayah, and you already have two. So as a minimum requirement, if we have to know every single thing, I mean, very simple reason, very simple and logic actually. When it comes to the work of the deen, many people look for excuse not to do it. They pass it to others, right? But when come to the worldly world, like for example, money, we ask them, do you have money when you start? Are you a rich man when you started to work? No, you start to work in order to be rich, right? You don't put the condition that you have to be rich to start work. Same thing. Why when it comes to the work of deen, I need to be rich in knowledge before I start do da'wah.
Makes sense.
I don't have to read. There is two ways of learning. We learn every single thing about ABC before we go into primary school, or we don't learn every single thing, then we go to the school only learn. Both applicable. Both is available there, and we can do both. So this is the mindset that when it comes to the deen, everybody is looking for excuse that no, I don't know this, I don't know that. Then I can give the same excuse. Look back into the seerah. The Khulafa Rashidin, Abu Bakar radiallahu anh, he is among the first few who accepted Islam. But then just imagine this, bring back to the story. Imagine this, when the Prophet ﷺ do da'wah to Abu Bakar, the only verse that is being reviewed so far is Surah Al-Alaq, chapter number 96, verse 1 to 5. That's it. And then the Prophet has started doing da'wah. Khatijah, okay, and then Abu Bakar. Now, in the first 2 days, Abu Bakar became a Muslim, in which during that time, there is no pillar of Islam, there is no articles of faith, there is nothing else being revealed. Abu Bakar do da'wah and 10 people become Muslim. What did Abu Bakar during that time? I would safely say, those of us who are sitting here today, we know more than Abu Bakar. No, I'm not saying that after all the revelation, but I'm saying when Abu Bakar started to do da'wah, he knows lesser than us today. Our knowledge is better than him. Right? Because today, Islam is complete. We know articles of it, we know pillars of Islam. But what did Abu Bakar know during that time? I would say, the thing that he knows is that La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. But with La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, he managed to do da'wah and 10 people. And we think, MashaAllah, Abu Bakar is so good. How he can convince 10 people in doing da'wah? No, it's not us. It's not us. It is not Abu Bakar who is good. It is Allah who can do it. It is Allah who can guide somebody. Maybe, have you ever come across someone by the name of Dr. Abdul Rahman Al-Humaid Al-Sumaid? A great da'i from Kuwait. Throughout his da'wah in Africa, 11 million people became Muslim. 11 million. And in his biography, in his interview, he have even came across a tribe that do not speak our language. He's an Arab, and the tribe that he went to don't even speak Arab, don't even speak English, not Swahili. You know what kind of language they're using? Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't even understand what I'm saying. But he is using the same, and he himself don't even know what he's saying. Just because they are doing the same, he just mirror them. They accepted Islam. Is it because he know the language? No, he don't know the language. But because Allah guide them through this man. And Allah can do the same, guide other people through us. We don't have to be superb. And you know what? You look at those da'i who are doing the job around the world. Most of them, they are not graduate from any Islamic university, by the way. Most of them. They are just laymen like you and me. The scholars, they have a different level. they have a greater responsibility. It's our job. They need to do theirs, we need to do ours. We don't need to be, we do not need to know a lot of. We know Surah Al-Ikhlas, done. If we know Surah Al-Asr, also done. If we know Surah Al-Fatihah, done. By Surah Al-Fatihah, you can do da'wah already. By Surah Al-Ikhlas, you can do da'wah already. Is it compulsory for you to know about Bible, about Hindu scriptures, about the Vedas? No. If I'm a salesman of Toyota, what product knowledge should I know? I should know more about about Honda, about Suzuki first? No. I should know about my product. I should know the model, I should know the price, I should know what kind of color. People will not come into my showroom and ask, hey bro, I just want to ask you, can you share with me what is the model of Honda? This is Toyota, man. They will not blame me if I say, sorry, I don't know about Honda. But if you ask me about Toyota, I will know. So I must know more about Toyota compared to Honda. It's the same thing, I should know more about Islam compared to others. As long as we have a little bit of knowledge, it's okay. If people ask us a question that we do not know, just say, thank you, I'm so sorry, I don't know the answer, but I come back to you. That doesn't mean Islam don't have the answer, it's just that we do not know the answer. And basically that is the way how we learn. Because we do not know what we do not know until someone asks us a question that we do not have the answer. Then we start to learn. If we repeat the process 50 times, subhanAllah, we get 50 new knowledge in which we do not know. It's new knowledge. Huh? When we have more knowledge, what will happen to our iman? We are getting stronger. We are getting more confident. And that is how it goes. The one who speaks now, I don't think I'm the best among you. No, I'm not. Obviously, I know myself. Okay? But I just do it. I just do it. I don't care. I know Allah will help me. But I do whatever I can. I do my preparations, and that's it. I go into my area of specialties, that's it. I don't go into other areas that I'm not good at. And then eventually you will become expert. Expert don't become expert overnight. They become expert by practice. The world champion in swimming, they do not become a world champion just by learning in a classroom. They have to jump into the pool. We learn about Islam, it's just a theory until we practice it. We have to jump into the pool. The pool of da'wah. Yes. And you will become stronger and stronger. Then only you know, I'm a bit slow when it comes to turning, yeah? So I have to improve my turning. Then from there you learn. If just go to the classroom, it can teach you how to turn and so on. But until you practice it, then you know how good you are. We can talk about sabar, being patient. Start to do da'wah first. Then you know what is sabar. It's easy to say in theory, you know, when people do this to us, you look at the Prophet, he's so patient. When something happened to us, even less than 1%, we are like, people advise us, brother, sabar, yeah? Patience. What sabar, sabar? Nothing happened to you, it's me, okay? It's my... Put Islam into practice by share it. Share the message, inshallah.
So Firdaus, coming back to manpower.
Yep.
You know, like for someone like me, it's easy to say like there's so much we can do more, like but all we need is manpower. There is no manpower. But then Brother Ali is like bringing up a good point. He brought up a good point that like, I mean, how do we try and get manpower? Like how to motivate? Do you think like maybe inshallah in your next trip, maybe a lecture, like for example on the topic of dawah or destruction, for example, like, because I remember Sheikh Ahmad Didas, that's one of the lecture that hit me the most. That was 97 or something. That's when I got serious about dawah. Do you think something like that is the best strategy? Maybe like in a big masjid or hall, invite Muslims and deliver a lecture like that, or some other strategies we can apply to get manpower?
Various way. I would like to open up the options more wide. Doing that da'wah destruction, one of my favorite topic also, okay, is good to motivate people, because in da'wah or destructions, actually the things that motivate you to move you is the warning in it. You know, the Surah At-Tawbah chapter number 9 verse 24. Qul in kana aba'ukum wa abna'ukum wa ikwanukum right? That are the words that motivate you the most. If these things are more beloved to you than Allah and His Messenger, and to do da'wah and to do jihad fi sabilillah, then Allah says, fatarabasu hatta yati Allahu bi amri. A lot of warning but some people do, they warning don't work on them. Some people like some good news, some bonus. So those things can work on them. So like how to move people, how to motivate them to do da'wah. I would say, don't focus on 10 people first. Don't focus on that. Do what the multi-level marketing is asking us to do. MLM model, they always ask you very simple question. When someone involved in direct selling, they don't ask you, brother, do you have 10 friends? Yes, we have, but it's a bit more difficult compared to I'm asking, Hafiz, do you have 2 friends? 2 friends. Yeah, look into your phone book, you have 2,000 actually. Just 2. You have 2? When I talk about 2, immediately come into your mind the 2. Right? Immediately come into your mind 2. Now, just 2. Talk to these 2. Get them along for your da'wah session. Focus on these 2. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. These 2 will become your close associates, will become your close buddy, will become your ansar, you will become their muhajirin. And these 2 duplicate the job. Bro, now 2 of you have 2? 2 friends? 2 friends, huh? You call another 2, you call another 2. So how many I get already?
Networking, yeah.
I cannot talk to his friend. Yes, I can, but the level of influence that I can is not as strong as him, because they trust him more than me. But you have 2 friends, you have 2 friends, you have 2 friends. Why not start with 2? Start with 2. If you can, 1. Just 1. Start with our family member. Talk to our wife. Do you have a friend? Not for you to marry, by the way. Okay. Ask them. Do you have a friend? Yes. 2 friends? Okay. Invite them. Invite their husband. Come. We have a dinner. We talk over the table. We encourage them to do da'wah. We share with them what we are doing and get them involved. Don't talk about money. Money will come. Don't do da'wah because of money, although da'wah need money. Eventually money will come. Allah will send His soldier to help you. As simple as that. Just 2, duplicate it. For example, 2, how many of you today? We can get 20 people already. 20 times another 2, you get 40. Times another 2, you get 80. Add on everything, you get more than 100. It's easy. But sometimes we don't look, we think big, but big things happen when these small things is done right. The 2.
So that's called multi-level marketing.
Yeah. And actually, this kind of thing is being applied in Islam. When you look at the way of the Prophet ﷺ do da'wah, did he preach to more than 100,000 of companions during the Khutbatul Hajjah, the last pilgrimage? All the 100,000 of companions do not become Muslim in his hand, with him. It's through the da'wah of the companion. But how the Prophet do? Duplication. I talk to you, Abu Bakar. Okay, talk. When Abu Zar al-Ghifari became a Muslim, the Prophet said, go back to your tribe and do da'wah to them. When Ad-Dufail, Amr ibn Ad-Dufail al-Dawsi became a Muslim, he said, go back to your tribe and do da'wah. Just duplicate, multiply it, that's it. It's just that each of us have to do our job. As simple as that. Basically, if we do not watch a lot of debate video on comparative religion, we will not have this kind of mindset that da'wah is difficult. Because the way how we look at them debate, wow, he know how to quote this Bible, the verses, blah, blah, blah. I think if I don't know this, I will not be able to do it. Who tell you so? No. We learn it the hard way. We learn it the hard way. Da'wah is simple. It's easy. And da'wah is not debate, by the way. I know there are certain approach in the West. Debate is one of the way of doing da'wah, but it's not the default way of doing da'wah. It's not. The default way is Udu'u ila sabili rabbika bil hikmah wa mau'izati hasana. Good speech. If you have good speech, talk to them nicely. If they still cannot accept, and you have to resort the last one, then only Allah said, wajadilhum billati hiya ahsan. That's the last. We don't invite people. Da'wah is literally invite. We don't invite people by debating with them. Like Hafiz want to invite you today for this, nasi lemak. He don't debate with you, bro. let's have a debate on should you come for nasi lemak or not. I'm the supporter and you object to it. Then only you decide either to come or not. No, right? He will do it in such a wa mau'izati hasana. Brother, tomorrow we have a guest from Malaysia. You know, he presented his case. He presented his product. You know where's my house, right? You know nasi lemak you ate before? I tell you, you know the coconut milk rice with the sambal, a bit spicy, and the chai and some chicken. Very nice, brother. Please come tomorrow. He don't force you, he don't debate with you, and he don't have to. And the result, you are here. He's doing da'wah actually. Did he quote any Bible quotation yesterday? Or anywhere does to tell you that nasi lemak is good?
Better than toasted.
No, right? He didn't. In our day-to-day life, that is da'wah actually.
True.
It's simple. By triggering people. If our good friend, one of the most common questions people ask me, bro, how can I do da'wah to my good friend? I say, how good is your good friend? Yeah, good friend means I want to know how good is both of your relationship. It's really good in a sense that they can willing to share anything with you, their secret with you. I would say no mukadimah needed. You don't need to do that tazkirah. You just go pet them and ask them, bro, when are you going to become a Muslim? This is da'wah. Our good friend, he will not be offended by that because he's a good friend. It's so good that, bro, when are you going to become a Muslim? Why? Why all of a sudden? No, what do you think about Islam? Is Islam bad? Am I a bad person? No, Islam is good. Okay, so Islam is good. When? When you're going to become Muslim? Yeah? No, it's okay. Why it's okay? Okay mean now?
So be direct with them.
Yeah, then they will say, no, actually, you know, for me, all religion. I say, we know, this is his problem. Okay, deal with it. How can all religion be the same? Answer that. So now, not all religion are the same, huh? So, when? Wait, until when? You are so sure tomorrow you will be alive? Because this is our good friend, you know. I don't do da'wah the way I do to a stranger to my good friend. Because he's so good, so I will just continue, it's like pushing him. This is also hikmah. Doesn't mean that every time, bro, Assalamualaikum, my name is Firdaus Wong. This is my good friend, man. He already know in and out about me. Why should I introduce myself? I don't have to. Just immediately go to him and say, bro, when? Then, basically, we are helping them. Eventually, we are doing the da'wah already. It's not difficult. Only when you go to another level, yes. But in general, no. You don't have to. David, you're quite quiet. Full of nasi lemak.
Yes. I have one question for you. Hafiz answered one, but let's say we do dawah, we bring someone to the fold of Islam. How do we encourage them after that to pray, to come to the mosque, to learn? I just have experience with one brother at the moment I'm a little bit concerned about, so but I just don't know how to approach it. Any advice on that? Or?
You mean someone who became a Muslim or a Muslim who are born Muslim?
No, he became Muslim, but it doesn't appear to be. I'm not sure why.
Okay, if he's not very engaging, but yet he become a Muslim, now. A principle of the birds of the same feather flocks together. He might become Muslim through your da'wah, but he might not be comfortable with you. But he likes the message that you deliver. So what you do is that get to know the revert and then understand what is his interest. If he likes soccer, if he likes cricket, they introduce someone with the like-minded, birds of the same feathers flock together. Let them interact. During the early period of someone become Muslim, yes, they should pray, we don't change the deen. But we have to understand gradual changes. It's like give them time. Because some Muslims have been a Muslim for 30, 40 years, they don't even practice, and we expect a Muslim who just become a Muslim 30 minutes ago, become an angel. We can't. So what we do is that, rather than tell them what they do, what they should do, but encourage them to do. There is a difference. Telling them is like instructing them. Bro, you should pray. They're telling them, you are instructing them. But encourage them, bro, let's go. Let's go for prayer. You go with them. Encourage them to do it with you. Join them together. So, introduce someone who have the same interest, and then from there, build up the relationship. Always focus on the Tawhid first. Sometimes we talk too much about other things like, the fake, which mazhab you should follow. Yeah. I'm not saying that it's not important, but the priority should be there. We have such cases also that a revert become Muslim, but he still continue to drink beer, alcohol, for 5 years. After 5 years become Muslim, he still continue to drink. But you know what amazed me is that this particular revert, he still come to class. He still attend classes while he's drunk. Will you allow such people to come to your class to learn? Generally, no. Generally, people don't accept, right? But let's think about it in a positive way. This guy who is drunk is much better compared to those people who are not drunk, who do not come to class. This guy is drunk, but yet he come to class. Who is more drunk now? Right? True that he might not get 100% focus. He might get 1% or 0.5%. It's fine. But then, you know what? Through 5 years, consistent coming to classes, one fine day, he decided to change. He decided, I will quit drinking. And he's a practicing Muslim. How many years? 5 years. So don't set a limit of time that, bro, you must do this by this. Don't give them time. Especially revert. They're coming from a different background, different culture. But some people, they're very strong in their faith. The moment they become Muslim, they even overdo it. They burn themselves sometimes. The zeal is so much that, I want to practice, Islam is so good, Islam is so good. With the zeal they have, they go out and preach. And they debate.
I had a colleague, and from his name I couldn't tell that he was a Muslim. So he came to me and introduced himself and said, I'm a Muslim. Right? Soon after that, and I was very new to this company, soon after that, we had our Christmas cruise. I saw him drinking, So I said, you're a Muslim, you're drinking, you can't drink. Nah, I'm not going to go to hell because I drink. That's what he said, right? I said, no. He said, mentioned in the Quran, the Prophet didn't drink, and he, it was not allowed to him. And he said, I don't want to talk about Quran when I'm drunk. He had that much respect. So that was the end of it. He left the job, he left the company, found another job. I met him at another meeting 2-3 years down the line. He came to me and he said, I have left drinking.
So what was his reason? Because while he's drunk, the message that you tell him is that.
Wallahu alam. Who knows? But you should convey the message. You don't know how long it will take to take it. Because people remember.
It's just the effort that they put in. Like Zakir Bhai, he went to Indonesia, and they are eating in one of the restaurants. They have a dinner in one of the restaurants, and the owner of the restaurant is a Muslim. And then they saw that this owner also sell some alcohol. Okay, they have a bar. So Zakir Naik approached them. What is this for? They said he just get it from the previous owner, and he continued to sell it. So Zakir Naik, being Zakir Naik, he's just being Warrior Walker. He said, no, we as a Muslim, we're not supposed to sell. It's haram. His approach is very direct. It's haram. He said. Then the owner say, Inshallah, I will do it, I will change it. He really want to change. Then Zakir Naik push him. Why Inshallah? Do it now. It's all branded whiskey, by the way. Yeah? Then, why later Inshallah? Do it now. And then that guy take all this alcohol, pour it and throw it away. Sometimes we are too afraid to offend people, but sometimes we do not know that person who commit that kind of sin, they might do it without them knowing it, that it's a sin. Until it's like, this is a sin? You sure? then they start to think about it. You trigger them to think. Yeah.
Yeah.
But do it with hikmah, yeah, by the way.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
So Firdaus, just continuing along this reward support, because you travel around the world as well. Do you think this reward support system is an organized way of supporting rewards? Do you think is this something missing every way? And do you think, because sometimes we find ourselves being a
But then you have people who do after sales service, and then you have the people who do the servicing. You have the people who do marketing again to them, right? So the same thing when it comes to our da'wah. One lot of things that I learned with Discover Islam, Bahrain, is that they have a very good system. Be in order.
True.
If you are more visible to others, but when people call, nobody pick up the phone. When people email, nobody reply. Back to the square one. So we have to be very, very careful. Increase the visibility. Like for example, back in Malaysia, what we do is that we come up with a poster. We have done straight da'wah. We have done a different da'wah. We have our da'wah WAN, our da'wah mobile unit, in which we wrap up with a lot of Islamic message. Okay. And in the end, what we do is that it's an ongoing thing. We create a poster in different language, in Chinese, in Malay, in English, in Tamil, that talking about, want to know more about Islam or have questions about Islam, call us. Okay, free consultation. And this poster spread around Malaysia. So we receive a lot of call, receive a lot of appointment. People want to make appointment. I want to talk to you guys, because we give them, we tell them it's free, free of charge. Because we have to understand, sometimes when you talk about consultation, people think, how much we will charge?
Yeah.
Even when people come to talk to us about Islam, so now how much should I pay you? When someone becomes Muslim, so how much I should pay you? Yeah? No, we tell them, it's free of charge. If you want to pay me, pray for me. Don't pay to me, pray for me. Yeah. So I would say that I need more information about the da'wah scene in Australia before I can really give more comment. Because it's not fair for me to talk about something in which I have very limited knowledge about. And this is the principle of the deen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I try to maintain that, inshallah.
Is it a good idea to go out sometimes on occasions and visit some communities and talk to them about Islam?
Yeah, if you can do so, why not? If you can we visit the place of worship of others, and then in the end you can invite them to come to the mosque and to get to know about mosque. I'm not sure, do you have like a mosque tour and so on and so forth? If you have that, that can be one of the media of doing da'wah, in which you open up the mosque for people to come to the mosque.
More common now,
Yeah, and then you can have like Monday and Thursday to have a free food for them, because we are having our fasting. So you can start with one day in a week, start with that, something small, okay, and then from there we proceed. Yeah. So, okay, anything else? Nothing else? Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Pass back the mic to Hafiz.
Jazakallah khair, Brother Firdaus Wong. And the rest of you guys for making this discussion engaging and interesting. May Allah bless Brother Firdaus Wong and put barakah in
Ameen, ameen.
his activity
All of us, inshallah, ameen.
and his team moving forward. And we really hope to see him again, inshallah, in Perth. We always welcome you here. Inshallah, we'll do more things together.
Inshallah, ameen. Inshallah, we'll do. Inshallah. Jazakallah khair.